All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another post-fight analysis video. All right, y'all. Jennifer Maia versus Manon Fiorot. All right, this was the fight that I've been looking forward to and I've been waiting to talk about. Like I said, I've been busy this whole weekend, so I said, let me put this on the back burner. But actually, had some time in between while I was, doing what I was doing. But I got a chance to sit down and watch this fight in between a break. And yeah, I got a chance to take this one in one time. Then I watched it again, and I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Manon Fiorot, shout out to Manon, the beast. She showed that level of skill that I was saying that she had. She showed that level of dominance that that I said she had. She showed that level of well-roundedness that I said she had. You know what I mean? Like, she went in there, took Jennifer Maia to school, showed those different skill sets that she has. Like I said, I didn't expect her to go in there and get a finish at all. Because Jennifer Maia, I got to give her a lot of credit. She's tough, she's durable, and she's also dangerous. She's dangerous only, though, when she, really puts her ground game to use against some of these strikers out here, which has been very rarely seen now. You know what I mean? Like, she hadn't really been able to use it since that Valentina fight, even like Caitlin Chikagan. It was Caitlin Chikagan that took her down and had, Jennifer Maia in some danger. But Manon here, she just went in here and did what she wanted to do. She was showing her signature side kick, striking off the back foot, some good boxing, all around good kickboxing, good reversal of takedown attempts from Jennifer Maia, getting her own slams here, good judo toss, little bit of everything here, good body attack. There was like one or two scares in there, for Manon, taking some big shots from Jennifer Maia, but that's expected. It's all in how you come back. And I won't even say they were like big scares. They just were good connects with Jennifer Maia. Other than that, Manon, she took them well. So I saw Manon go in there and so that, look, she's an elite fighter and, that she's ready to dominate. And that's what I'm saying about these fighters that just like to dominate. Like, it doesn't always have to be about the finish. So many people, they get so hung up on the finish and say, oh, you always got to get the finish. No, if you just show a level of dominance and you fight like you want to get the finish, even though you don't get the finish, then I still have to say that fighter is elite and they're ready. You know what I mean? Like, when you go in there and just say, okay, I'm not fighting on points, but I'm looking to break this person down, but they still made it to the third round or fifth round. Oh, well, look, I still showed you that, look, they can't touch me, right? But no one's got touched a couple times in this fight, but other than that, everything was hers in this fight. I'm talking about, the distance fighting, the mid-range fighting, the ground. It was all her. And I'm not overhyping. I'm just giving her credit where credit is due, because we're talking about a fighter that was number 13 moving up to fight the number 4, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, she stepped up 9 spaces, because Jessica I didn't want to fight her, or she had to pull out because of an injury, and she steps it up against Jennifer Maia and shows that level of, of dominance that I was talking about. But I mean, let's look back at the fight, man. I mean, the first round, right away, Manon, she was using some nice movement, just nice movement. She started finding that home for, those side kicks to the body right away. She uses it like a jab, to keep her opponents back and just so she can get her space. Maia, she was coming forward, but she was kind of paying for it, because every time she would step in, she would eat with that straight left hand or eat some of those kicks to the body. Manon was also using a good jab. She would throw that jab out, turn the angle, and just kind of move Jennifer Maia as well. Like, when Jennifer Maia would step in, she would jab, throw the straight left hand, and then she would kind of push her and move her to the side to get back to the center of the octagon. Maia, like I thought, she would do a lot of chasing here. But as she was chasing in boxing, she was kind of putting on some nice pressure moves, because as she would step in behind her jab, she would throw that left hook over the top. So she did connect with a good left hook on Manon Fiorot. But Manon, other than that, she would go back to, just finding the range with the side kicks, planting that side kick to the body and keeping that straight left hand in the face. She would land it a few here and there. She wasn't using it as much. She was kind of throwing the right jab and the, her check right hook a little bit more. But it was still there, but just not as much. It was mostly those side kicks to the stomach here. Manon, also, she was controlling the clinch as well. Every time Jennifer Maia would try to come in, she would control that clinch. Maia, she partially landed a head kick as she was coming in. As she was stepping in, she did kind of land a partial head kick. But Manon, she blocked a little bit, and she clinched up, and she did that. Like, I think they thought she was hurt there too, because she did eat that head kick off the cage, but she stepped in, just to keep the pressure off, just to keep the pressure off. And then she was able to break again. But overall, the first round was just a good, good striking clinic from Manon Fiorot. The second round, Jennifer Maia, she was coming in. She eats a good side kick to the body. She was switching it up here. Manon laying a good side kick to the body. Then as they go in for a clinch, think Jennifer Maia's going to go for the takedown. Boom. Manon, she gets a nice hip throw and puts Maia on her back. Then uses some nice ground and pound, use some nice ground and pound to get back up and avoids Maia almost goes for that leg, like she wants to get that submission attempt as well. But, Manon, she was able to slide out. Just kind of shows you her speed and athleticism here. Maia got a takedown when they got back to the feet, but Manon, she bounces back up. But then Jennifer Maia gets another takedown. But what happens here? Manon, she's able to wind up on top. She gets a reversal. Controls Jennifer Maia a little bit, gets back up, goes right back to work, puts that check right hook on Jennifer Maia a few times. Manon, she scores a quick takedown of her own in this round. But Jennifer Maia is able to get back up. As they get back up and they separate, that distance being put between them. But before she can get completely out of harm's way, Jennifer Maia lands a big head kick on the side of the head on the side of the face of Manon. But Manon, she took it well. Like, I know a lot of people think she got rocked, that she was hurt, but no, she just kind of got stunned a little bit. Like, she got hit clean, right? But she came right back and went right back to work, and that's expected. You're going to get hit sometimes, if a fighter is trying. Jennifer Maia was actually trying in this fight, so I got to give her credit there. But, it was a clean head kick, and, Manon took it well. But I still had to give the round to Manon Fiorot. Last round, Manon, again, just using some nice movement here, just picking her shots, making Maia chase her. Maia was still game, but she really couldn't get any work done in the clinch here either, because, again, Manon, she was controlling these. And even go back to the first round, I want to say, like, there's a point where Jennifer Maia pressured Manon to the fence, and you can see, like, Manon just kind of slide her right arm up under and get that underhook and then just, like, turn Maia. Like, Maia is really strong, but then you can see, like, Manon, when she turned it up, she just showed you how strong she was and how she got that reversal and said, boom, I'm out of here, But going back to the third round, Manon, yeah, she was doing the same thing here, with the clinch, every time Maia would clinch her up, she would turn her and just push her back off so she could get back to the center. I mean, anything she wanted to do, she could have done in this fight. She landed nice side kicks to the chest and to the body. Maia did going for a takedown, get it, but Manon, she bounced right back up, was able to escape. Manon just showed all types of tools in her arsenal. I knew this was a lot of stuff that she had, and I knew she was going to be able to use if Jennifer Maia just didn't completely amp up or level up like she needed to. So the fight just played out like I knew it would. Manon Fiorot was able to 30-27 Jennifer Maia. So yeah, it all came down to a fighter that just wants to win, dominate, and use everything that they have, and a fighter that never holds back. Manon never holds back. When she's in a fight, she never holds back. You put that in there with a fighter like Jennifer Maia, who does hold back, you got to go with the fighter that always pulls the trigger, and that's Manon Fiorot. So she definitely stepped her level up, made a big statement with this win against Jennifer Maia. Like I said, a stoppage would have been like, wow, but that wasn't expected. I think a 30-27 was much more impressive here, because now people are saying, hey, Jennifer Maia got to win off of, she was able to win a round against Valentina Shevchenko, but she couldn't win a single round against Manon Fiorot. But that's another story. I mean, that styles make fights. We can't even compare the two, because when you match up Valentina versus Manon, that'll be a different fight, right? That'll be a different fight. But Jennifer Maia just had a different approach that time around, but this time around, it was just like, you got to think of that too. Sometimes people go into a fight with a different attitude. That's why they're able to do certain things in one fight, but they can't do it in another, right? I mean, if you look at Mike Tyson versus Buster Douglas, we know how that ended, right? But what happened when Buster Douglas faces Evander Holyfield? Different story, right? So styles make fights, and mental attitudes change fights as well. So yeah, man, shout out to Manon Fiorot. She went in there, got it done. Like I said, 30-27, right? Yeah, 30-27. But I think that moving forward from here, there's just some things that she can tighten up on again. Like I said before, maybe take her head off the line a little bit more. Don't pull straight back. Don't dart straight in with your chin straight out, because, Jennifer Maia did land a couple of good right hands, and like I said, a left hook here and there. Also, don't leave the midsection too exposed, because I think it was a good right kick to the body that Jennifer Maia landed that looked like it kind of got an effect on Manon. I saw Manon kind of reach down towards the torso a little bit, like, she felt that a little bit. So I was like, okay, Jennifer Maia will let go. So if Manon faces a fighter that does let go, she will get tagged. She probably will get hurt. So I'd say just those little things about her defense she got to work on. Don't pull straight back, tuck the chin a little bit more, and move her head. But overall, good performance. I'd say that was probably my favorite performance on the card, of course, even at the WMMA fights and the men's fights as well. Moving forward from here, Manon Fiorot, she made her little call out. She said, Katlyn Kagan, let's do it. She wants one more fight before, a big title fight. And I respect that. I mean, a fighter, jumping up from number 13, 9 spaces to fight the number 4, only because the number 8 or 9 that she was going to fight pulled out, doesn't mean we need to rush the champion, or we don't need to rush this contender to a championship fight yet, right? I mean, it was perfect timing, yeah, but if this fighter like Manon Fiorot feels like she needs 1 or 2 more fights, give it to her. You know what I mean? The path doesn't change. The goal doesn't change. You know what I mean? If you feel like you need to get that work in, bank another fight in, face another tough style, just to kind of make your statement, get it. Because, I mean, Valentina Shevchenko's got a fight lined up in June against Taylor Santos. So why not fight Katlyn Kagan until then, right? Ain't no need to rush that fight. Just because you beat the number 4 doesn't mean you need to go ahead and jump in and fight Valentina Shevchenko yet. That's how I see it. Well, this is another video coming. But, yeah, I just wanted to address that here, that, at least Manon did make a call out. But, yeah, she's definitely showed you reason why she's part of my quadruple threat here. Manon does have well-roundedness. As for Jennifer Maia, I don't know. I mean, Jennifer Maia, to me, is still going to be a tough test for the fighters on the lower level here. There's still a lot of fighters that I think she can beat on the lower level. Like, I think she can still beat somebody like Casey O'Neill. Like, if this was Casey O'Neill facing a Jennifer Maia, I think she could beat her just because of the boxing that she's shown and the strength that she showed in this fight. But you never know, though, because she just ain't pulling the trigger like she needs to or using her IQ. So she's going to be more of a test for these fighters on the come up, like the Blanchfields and the O'Neills and so on. So we'll see where this goes from here. You never know. Grassover might be taking on Jennifer Maia next, right? But we'll see, guys. Again, shout out to the Beast. I enjoyed this fight. We'll talk more about it later. Let me know, guys, what y'all thought of the fight. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.